tell you, there's been so many things that are going wrong with today's video. My eyelash fell off, my camera died, my SD card was full. I was just like, damn, anything else? God, a woman's trying to work here. Anyway, hello my beauty queens, welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be a two-parter. I'm going to show you how I got these beautiful glamorous slash beachy waves, and then I'm going to show you how I got this look right here. It's gorgeous. I feel so sophisticated. It's very soft, it's glamorous, it's romantic. I think it'll look good on everyone. So if you guys want to see how I got this glamorous look, please just keep watching the video. Also, on a side note, I'm very excited to be experiencing my first milestone of 100 subscribers. So I will be hosting my very own giveaway. I'm not sure which products I'm going to include or what I'm even gonna be, putting in as the giveaway, but it's gonna be makeup related, beauty related, skincare related. So definitely subscribe to my channel, and if you are currently a subscriber of my channel, I just wanted to thank you so much. I don't know if you guys can notice or tell or not, but I did lighten my hair just a little bit. Yeah, that is what's happening. Oh my god, I can go on and on and on and on. I'm just gonna shut my trap right now and let's get straight to the video. The first thing I would like to do is just show you what the rolls look like. This is what they look like, and they did come in a box like this. It is from the brand Goody, and it's called Spiral It Out, and it is the 20 piece. But there is 10 of the thicker spiral rods. This is just going to call for more of a thicker curl. The blue ones are thinner, and obviously they're going to give you more of a tight Shirley Temple type of curl. So those are the ones that we're going to be using. Well, I'm going to be using both of them, just so you know. Just because I do have long hair, I do have to use all 20 of them. Okay, so as for my hair goes, they do recommend that you do use it on damp hair. So I've recently taken a shower this morning. I do have long, thin hair, so it does dry pretty quickly. First things first, I'm just gonna go ahead and brush through it. I don't have any product in it at all, and I'm just going to put my part closer to this side, which is usually how I wear it. Alrighty, so once you have your hair like this, you do want to section it off. To just get up in here and twist it all around, and then clip it, separate it in the middle, clip it. Alrighty, so now that you're left with this right here, I'm going to be using the bigger rods on the bottom. So if you can just kind of like go through your hair like this, you'll see the sections there. So it looks like I can get 2 spirals in there. So I'm just going to separate it into 2 sections, but you do want to make sure that they're even, you know what I mean? So there we go. So we're going to be using 2 rods, and it's going to be the bigger ones. If you do have long hair like me, you want to start at the very tip of the rod. So go ahead and place it there, and then just twirl it, twirl it, twirl it, twirl, 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 twirl. They're very flexible and bendable. So you're gonna wanna put it like that into like a C, and then this one will go down as well. So this is what you are left with. Comb them out. And here, 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm just gonna let this one drop, and then I'm going to place a larger rod for this one. As you can see, it does have like a C-like motion to it. So there you go. For this section, I am going to be using a blue one, just because it's getting closer to the base of my frame, the frame of my face. And then I'm just gonna repeat it in the exact same motion. So just make sure that's all set and then bend it back in. There you go. So that's what you're left with. There you go. It does get easier the more that you do it. So here at the top is where I like to put about 4 in my hair. Starting with the one way back here. So I'm using these smaller rods for the top of my head because even though it will give you a tighter curl, you can always loosen them at the end. So that's what I'm doing here. Be sure to lock it in just like that. And then I like to, you see how it can unwind? I like the curl to be as close to my head as possible. So ring it in and then close it off. There you go. So that's what's going to be happening on the top of my head. Split it just like that. If you have shorter hair, this is going to be a lot easier and a lot less time consuming. But since I do have longer hair, then it takes me a little longer. Taking this very last piece here, that last rod. Okay, so bend that one closest to the head and snap. This is what your hair is going to be looking like. We're going to be using 3. Bend and snap. So bend closest to the scalp and snap. My hands are so tired, but we only have one more left. Bend it up. Bring it to the scalp and snap. There we go. Beauty school dropouts. Go back to high school. The great thing about these rods is that, you know, it doesn't have to be perfect because at the end of the day, it's going to look fabu and you guys will get to see what the results are. So now I'm just going to be moving on to some makeup. Okay, so these will get in the way while I'm doing my makeup. So what I like to do is just take them and clip them back. So there's one. Okay, there we go. Go ahead and priming my face using e.l.f.'s Mineral Face Primer. This is an oldie but a goodie. I was out of the Anastasia Brow Wiz for a little while, but now it's back into action. This one is in the color Chocolate. My older one was in the color Ebony. I love to do my eyebrows first. So as you can see, I'm just combing them out. Don't forget to use the spoolie because this really does just help make it look uber natural. I'm going to be going in with a brow sculpting gel, and this is from Salon Perfect. I got this at Walmart grocery. So I'm just gonna go ahead and brush through them brows. The next step is to prime our lids. This was the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind, and I'm going to blend that out with a damp beauty blender. I do like to grab the Anastasia Beverly Hills highlighting crayon, and I'm going to pop this on my base of the lid. And for this one, I just like to blend it out with my finger. This is a concealer brush from Sonia Kashuk, but I just use it to highlight my brow bone. The eyeshadow palette that we are using today is the LORAC Unzipped palette. I love this pretty little thing. Again, I'm going in with the color Undercover. Boom, boom. And I'm going to be highlighting my brow bone. I'm going to take the same color and pack it onto the lid. You guys have seen me do this plenty of times. First, with my finger, I'm just going to blend it all out. I have dark eyelids and they do get greasy and oily, so this I feel just helps create a smooth base on my eyelids. That way I could just go in with whatever colors I'd like, and then they will have great color payoff. So that's the reason why I like to layer it with the concealer, the highlighting crayon, and then with the eyeshadow. But don't feel like it's absolutely necessary. Taking the color Unconditional, I'm going to be running it on the outer creases of my eye. This is kind of like contouring on your eyelids. I don't have too much depth in my eyes, or like in my eyelid area, so that's pretty much what this is doing, and it's also just going to be using it as a transition shade. Going in with a Morph brush. This is one of the brushes that I received from my giveaway. There's a hair on it. Okay, so I'm going to be taking the color Unspoken, and I'm just going to run it in a circle on my outer crease. So going back in with that other brush, just mix it all together. This time do work it into the inner and outer parts of the crease. This is just blending everything out. One of the last steps is I'm going to be going in with the color Unbridled, and it's kind of just like a maroonish color. And I will just be placing this in a V-like motion on the outer creases of my eye. First brush that we used, again, I'm just going to go in a big circular motion and blend all of that color out. Going back in with the color Undercover, I'm going to re-highlight my brow bone and then hit my lids as well. So, should I do a winged eyeliner? Let me think for a moment. Please say yes. I'll be right back. And voila! So I'm just going to go ahead and tightline really quickly using the L'Oreal Voluminous Smoldering eyeliner. We shall be applying some false lashes on. So I'm just going to curl my eyelashes just a little and then run a little bit of mascara. This is the Maybelline's Illegal Length. These are the red cherry lashes. I've already used them. I can get about 3 to 4 really good uses out of my eyelashes, so that's what I'm going to be doing, is applying some false lashes. One lash on, one more to go. Lashes are done. I love false lashes. Any day that I have time in the morning to do it, I definitely will. It's a go-to, a must-have, and just an absolute necessity for me, especially if I'm getting all dolled up. So today's foundation that we are going to be using is the Maybelline Super Stay Makeup. So I'll go ahead and pop this onto the back of my hands. I have to wet my beauty blender really quickly, so I'll be right back. Perfect. Okay, so I'm just going to take this and dab it all over my face. Alrighty, so going in with our concealer for today is the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind. I'm going to do some highlighting underneath the eye. And this one, you do have to work pretty quickly with it because it does dry very fast. Whoa there. And do go in a patting motion. That way you're pushing the product into your skin. Perfection. Okay, so as for setting our concealer, I'm going to go in using Remmel's Stay Matte Long Lasting Pressed Powder. So it looks like this. And this is a tapered highlighter brush from Sigma. So I'm just going to grab some product and set all of the highlighted areas. To take color Unspoken here, run this product on your lower lash line, but just keep it more towards the outer half of your lower lash line. So taking the highlighting crayon again, I'm going to run it on my lower waterline. To make sure that everything on the lower lash line is nice and blended, I will be going in with that Morph brush that we've been using and just sort of drag it along like that. Just want to touch up on my eyeshadow just a little bit. Using my finger, I'm just going to highlight this area here. Going in with that maroon shade again. I will just be touching up the outer creases of the eye. We're almost done with the look. I'm just gonna go ahead and do just a little bit of contouring. I will be using e.l.f.'s Contour Blush and Bronzer palettes. I know that a lot of people love these things, including me, but a lot of people freaking hate them. But I will be using this color to contour with. Now, I've recently discovered the most amazing brush in the world for contouring. It's at Target, and it is by Sonia Kashuk. Contouring can be tough, and including me, some days I can get it down just perfectly and it looks beautiful as ever. Other times there's harsh lines, you know, it's not blended well, and it all just really depends on what brush you use. It is limited edition, so if you see it in the stores, grab it because it's gonna make the world of a difference for your contour. Since these ones are super pigmented, I'm just going to go boom, pow, and then shake it off. Do your little fishy face or whatever you gotta do. Honestly, it's so amazing. It's so easy. Don't get too carried away like I do sometimes, but just look at the difference in the definition of my face. This side is contoured and this one is not. Well, my cheeks anyway. And then you're more than welcome to bring the rest of the product up into the hairline. And then like down by your neck as well. Just go boom, pow. Shake off the excess and then just do the exact same thing on the other side.
Wait a minute.
Just to sort of blend out the contour, I'm just gonna go ahead and use one of these. This is just like a body brush from the Body Shop from when I used to work there. So I'm just gonna be using this. Okay, so there we go. As you can see, that was super easy. Oh my goodness, I love it. A little bit of bronzer on the cheeks. So getting in there. MAC Gold Deposit Mineralized Skin Finish, and this makes the perfect golden bronzer. So it is very shimmery, but it's perfect for the apples of the cheek. So I'm just gonna be placing that there. Go in with that Rimmel there just to re-highlight this section. Lips, oh my goodness, what color am I gonna use? This is my lip draw. Okay. I'm going to be using the NYX Pale Pink. So once that is all done, I will be going in using the Enjoy Stick by the Kardashian Beauty Collection. This one is called Baby Doll. Okay, so now we have one last thing to do, and that is going to be setting our face, and I will be using e.l.f.'s Makeup Mist and Set. So let that dry. I try not to like move my face after I've sprayed my setting spray on, just so that no wrinkles form while the makeup is setting. Let's move on to the hair. Take these clips off. The beautiful thing about these rods is that no heat is needed to achieve those beautiful curls. So with that being said, go ahead and move your blow dryer temperature to cool, and then we're gonna put it on high. So I'm just gonna blow dry my hair. Now that we are taking off our rods, I just want to start with the ones that we first put in. Loosen it up. And then that is what you should be left with. Such a beautiful Taylor Swift type of curl. And try not to touch them until we're all done taking them out. Beautiful. These ones are really tight, so just pull them up just like that. First, it's gonna look over the top curly. The curls are gonna look so tight. Just look at that. Love it! Especially once you detangle them, put them in their proper places. It's gorgeous. Oh my God. Oops, that one was supposed to be taken out last, but whatever. Bam. So just this last one right here. Perfect. As you can see, I did curl away from my head. Oh, baby. Okay, so I will be putting some product in because I feel like these curls are cray cray. First, I'm going to be using the L'Oreal Everstyle. This is a beach spray for sexy beachy waves. So now that we got some of that on there, I'm going to be combing through the waves. So you really do have to play with it to make sure that, you know, these are the waves that you want. This is hairspray, because they need to be timed. Comb through each and every one of them, shape them how you would like them. So that's what I'm going to be doing throughout my whole entire head. I love big hair, and you do have to play with it. It's not gonna come out cute right away. This is all of my natural hair. I don't have my weave in or anything. Comb through them, especially with like a large oversized comb. That way like you get like a really good brush through. This is the result of the spiraled curls. They are gorgeous and they will last you all day long. So I'm really satisfied with these curls. And as you can see, so I just put the rods in and then I did my makeup, blow dried my hair, and then this is what I ended up with. I really hope that you guys love this look. I think it is so gorgeous. All of the products that I've used, both for my hair and my face, will be listed down below. So I really hope that you guys enjoy this video. Don't forget to subscribe and follow me on Instagram and Twitter. I also do have a Facebook page. Of course, everything will be listed down below.